Hello everyone, my name is Sane Zarani. My name number is 632500022 and I am from Kramat Campus. In this video, I will talk about the diversity of Indonesian cuisine based on my experience visiting Yogyakarta. 2 weeks ago, my friend and I went to Yogyakarta for a vacation. While we were there, we visited many tourist attractions and tried some traditional foods from Yogyakarta. I noticed that Yogyakarta has many unique and interesting culinary choice. One of the most famous foods is gudeg, a traditional dish with a sweet taste that is usually served with rice and traditional Japanese side dishes. In Yogyakarta, there are also many nasi prasmanan or buffet-style food stalls where people can choose the dishes they want, such as chicken, fish, egg, and other traditional Japanese foods. I think this kind of dining experience is very interesting because people can try many different dishes in one place. Besides main dishes, Yogyakarta also has many famous traditional snacks and souvenirs such as bapia patok, bapia kukus, wingko babat, and jenang. I really enjoyed those foods because they are delicious and have unique flavors. My favorite snack was bapia patok because it has a soft texture and sweet taste. From this experience, I realized that Indonesia has a very rich culinary diversity. Every region has its own traditional food, such as a rendang from Padang, pempek from Palembang, and satay from Madura. Different regions also have different flavor ingredients and cooking methods. Some food taste sweet, spicy, savory, and even combination of all the time. This makes Indonesian cuisine very interesting to try and learn about. And I feel proud because Indonesia has so many traditional food that represent its culture and tradition. I hope more people, especially young people, will continue to preserve and introduce Indonesian culinary culture to others. Thank you for watching my video. In this presentation, I will explain about non-countable nouns. What are non-countable nouns? For definition, non-countable or uncountable nouns are for the things that we cannot count with numbers. They may be the names for abstract ideas or physical objects that are too small or too amorphous to be counted. Key concept, we see these items as a whole mass rather than individual parts because they cannot be counted. They do not have a plural form and cannot be used with a or an. So, non-countable nouns are nouns that we cannot count directly with numbers. They are usually like liquids, materials, or abstract ideas because they are seen as one whole mass. They do not have plural form and cannot use a or an. Common categories: fluids, liquids and gases, more substance that flow or expand to fill space. Uncountables. Liquids, for example, is water, milk, juice, oil, blood. Gases is air, oxygen, smoke, steam, fog. Liquids and gases are considered uncountable because they flow and do not have a fixed shape. That is why we usually measure them using containers or units, such as a glass of water or a bottle of milk. Common category substance is materials and food. Items made of smaller particles or larger solid masses that we slice. Foods, for example, is bread, cheese, meat, salt, and rice. Materials is wood, glass, gold, paper, and wool. These materials and foods are also uncountable because they are made of many small parts or are seen as one substance. Even if we can cut or divide them, the nouns themselves are still considered non-countable. Abstract concept, emotion, and other things like music or money cannot be counted physical. That is why they are treated as non-countable nouns and usually use singular verbs. Fundamental grammar rules. No A or N. We never say a whether or an advice. Instead, use some or the. Always singular and uncountable nouns. Take a singular verb. Example, the news is surprising. No plural form. We don't add s. Words like furnitures or homeworks are incorrect. Specific determinants use this, that, some, any, or much. This slide explains quantiles, especially the difference between much and many. We use many for countable nouns, such as books or apples, because they can be counted individually. On the other hand, we use much for uncountable nouns, such as water or money, because they cannot be counted directly. For large amounts, we use many or a lot of with countable nouns and much or a lot of with uncountable nouns. For small amounts, we use few or a few for countable nouns. Will little or a little are used for uncountable nouns. In question, we use how many for countable nouns and how much for uncountable nouns. Both countable and uncountable nouns can also use some and any. Meaning units, the count this item, we use a measurement or a container word. A glass of water, a piece of paper, a cup of coffee. Common tricky words. Avoid these plural slips, even though they seem like they could be counted in other languages. These are strictly uncountable in English. Furniture, not furnitures. Equipment, not equipments. Language, not language. Progress, not progresses. Okay, conclusion is non-countable nouns are nouns that cannot be counted individually. They usually refer to liquids, materials, ideas, information, or abstract things. Non-countable nouns do not have plural form, do not use a or an, use singular verb, and use quantity words such as much, some, little, and a lot of. Understanding non-countable nouns is important because it helps us use English grammar correctly in speaking and writing. Okay, thank you for watching my presentation video. That is all for my explanation about non-countable nouns. I hope this presentation helps you understand the topic better and improve your English grammar skills. Thank you for attention and see you. Bye-bye.